So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to be a creator. I didn't even know that that's what you called. I just know I wanted to make videos, honestly. They think you're just going to pick up a camera and boom, it's just there. But there's like a whole process around this. Like you get comments like, you tried as a man. Why are you telling me I tried as a man? You tried as a man. So if I was not a man, then I wouldn't have tried. Nigerians don't like using garlic. Please use garlic. I swear it's going to be like just going to take your food like to another level. Creating quality content consistently. So I did not just wake up one morning and then start buying gear with my own money or anything. I had support. I had people who would do that for me. And I think that it's important that you also recognize that so that you don't put yourself under undue pressure. Hitting 10K followers was really good. Hello, my name is Daniel and this is my creator story. Daniel is a boy. I'm Daniel, second child of a family of 5. That's mother, father, children thing. Let's see. I'm a food content creator or food and lifestyle content creator. It's how this question is actually hard, but let's go. So I'm a food and lifestyle content creator. I'm trying to do something that's not like the generic your job thing. I'm from Delta State. I love banga soup. I think I can sing, but I know I can't. I love creating content. I genuinely love creating content, and I'm just the boy that loves things to be a specific way, clean aesthetic, if that's the word. I think that's it. Oh, why food? I've always loved food. Honestly, I have always loved food. I've always loved being in the kitchen, loved cooking. I love the idea of bringing things together and making it into one thing. Yeah, that's why food. I think it's also relatively easy for me. Yeah, I don't know how to do too much. And food is when I'm not doing too much. I've always known I was going to work with food. I've always known I was going to do something with food. I just wasn't sure how it was going to be. And I think the generic thing is going to, oh, you know how to cook, so you just go and be a chef. And for a long time, that was the dream. You go be a chef, go to some fancy culinary school, do that, come back to Nigeria, and then make money in Nigeria. Then I got into university. Getting into university was a very dramatic thing for me. So initially, I wanted to do nursing because I'm Nigerian, excuse you. So I wanted to do nursing, just something in the medical field. That was not working out. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I need to do human nutrition and dietetics or hospitality and tourism management. That did not work out because, again, I am Nigerian. So I ended up doing food science and technology. And I kid you not, I think this is the first time I'm actually saying it, but the first time I got into my school, like I walked into the school, I actually cried. Proper tears. This is not like one tear, like proper tears. It wasn't funny, and I feel like that was just the beginning of a lot of things. But again, I've always known I was going to do something with food, and got into school, and then I started doing some sort of like I tried to open like a food business. So I did open a food business, and that was going on slightly okay. I just had like an event that turned everything around, and I'm like, okay, I need to do something. But at the time, I was now getting more addicted to my phone. And I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. I was watching a lot of Instagram videos. Before then, I've been watching like a couple of YouTube videos, but like just like in passing. But at that particular period, I was watching a lot, right? And then I stumbled on this creator, and it was a thing because I wasn't looking out for that particular type of content as at then. I wasn't looking for that content as at that time. But YouTube kept on suggesting that particular video to me, and I did not know why YouTube was suggesting that content to me. But like looking at it now, I would say it's God. And the person is Dinma. So they were suggesting a what's it called? It was a video about top 5 African black soaps or something like that. And I kid you not, so ideally YouTube will suggest a video maximum of 3 times. If you don't click on it, they're not going to show you again. But I think looking at it again, that video was probably suggested like maybe 10 times. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to watch this video and that is it. I'm not going to do anything again. Let me just watch this video so you guys stop suggesting it to me. And then I watched it and I'm like, okay, she's in America. She's very much abroad. And I watched another video, I'm like, and then I saw this person lived in Lagos. I'm like, oh, this person was in Lagos. I'm like, oh, maybe she came from America to Lagos. And then I'm like, oh no, she actually lives in Lagos. Who has this much quality of work in Nigeria, because I think we have this thing where sometimes we assume that Nigerian-based businesses, Nigerian-based creators do not know how or don't have the quality that the abroad people have. But I mean, she just did that. I'm like, okay, this is very interesting. I just got addicted, and I just started watching videos upon videos upon videos. Even I know nothing about makeup, but I would watch a makeup video just because of the quality. I was very much into skincare at that same period, and so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to be a creator. I didn't even know that that was what it called. I just know I wanted to make videos. Honestly, I did not know that was what it's called. So I was like, okay, you know what? Become a skincare content creator. But I'm very, 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 very analytical, and I like to project things like future and whatnot. So because she's like, she also like says a lot of things in her vlogs, and she like shares experiences and everything, and I would watch her vlogs, and she's like, oh, when you like abroad creators, or sorry, Nigerian brands don't want to work with certain creators based on certain things and all of that. I'm like, if it's something you want to be sustainable, then skincare content is not it. I love skincare content, but going full time as a skincare content creator in Nigeria was not feasible for me at the time. And the next best thing was food. I've always loved food. I would cook. People loved, and at the time too, I also had like a food business. So I'm like, it just seemed like common sense. And then I started watching like other food content creators. But before then, I'd watched or I used to watch CC. Sorry, I still watch CME. But like, I grew up watching CCME, so I knew her creating cooking videos, and I knew she was in Nigeria. But I was not like exposed to like a lot of other food content creators. But from there, I started watching Kitchen News, and then I got introduced to Kiki Foodies, and then a couple of other people. So that's how I started creating food content. So that's how and why.
Hey creator, making money from your digital products and freelancing is one thing. Investing that money wisely is another thing. If you're looking for a platform you can use to invest your money wisely, save in a stable currency, and build wealth, I'm happy to introduce to you RiseVest. With RiseVest, you can invest in global stocks, real estate, and fixed income bonds. Start investing and building wealth from the comfort of your home today. What's more, the first 100 creators who sign up on RiseVest with this coupon code get a $10 bonus when you fund your RiseVest account. Quickly go to www.risevest.com to learn more, or download the app on Google Play or your Apple App Store.
Seeing what you envision come to life, definitely that's one thing that people don't see when it comes to content creation. Is they think you're just going to pick up a camera and boom, it's just there. But there's like a whole process around this thing. So I have to think of the idea, and because it's a recipe video, it's mostly going to be a recipe video. You have to think of it. Is this something you know how to do proper, or do you have to make research on it? Right now, even when you're making a research on it, you also have to think about how you want to present it. At least that's what I do. So I want to think about, I want this food to be presented, all of that. So there's this whole ideation process that now has to come into life, and seeing that thing, like, okay, so I've thought about it, I've made notes on it, I've probably dreamt of it. And even while you're filming, you're like, okay, this is going to be good, this is going to be good. And then when you're done editing, you're like, okay, this is good. That's just it for me. Here's the funny thing. I understand what you mean when you ask that question, but I've also not had like very weird negative comments like in that regard actually. But it's still weird in a way. So you get comments like, you tried as a man. Why are you telling me I tried as a man? Tell me I tried. Don't tell me I tried as a man, because so it's almost like you expect men not to cook. And let's be honest, cooking is like the very basic thing that you should learn how to do as an adult, or you should know how to do as an adult. So when you leave a comment on my video and say, oh, you tried as a man, I'm like, what do you mean by you tried as a man? Are you going to, it's like a backhanded compliment. You tried as a man. So if I was not a man, then I wouldn't have tried. Is that what you're trying to tell me? But mostly I've also had nice feedback. Oh my god, I tried this and it was nice, but yeah, I think that's that. Yeah, that's mostly that. I think maybe, just maybe, when it comes to, I would consider this negative. I think it's the weird comments and messages you get from people being like, oh my god, can you be my boyfriend, can you marry me, or something like that. I would consider it negative, because I feel like it's too much for you to go like, I mean, you can think about it, but sending me a mail or a DM around it is where it gets weird. A food processor, please. That thing can chop, blend anything, slice. A food processor, absolutely. I think it's strictly for Nigerians. Nigerians don't like using garlic. Please use garlic. I swear it's going to be like just going to take your food like to another level. So Nigerians think that the moment you use garlic in food, that your mouth is going to start smelling and all of that. But garlic just does wonders to food. And yeah, please use garlic more. Yeah, use garlic more. Don't kill your food with seasoning. Thank you.
Being a creator is a lot. We understand the effort you put into your creative work, always showing up and delivering value. We see you. As a creator, we know you need to be supported. And that's why Show Love by Selar was created just for you. Show Love enables you to easily accept tips and donations from your supporters and fans all over the world. With Show Love, your fans, community, audience, and followers can now reward you for all the hard work you put in. What's more, you can receive these tips and donations from anyone, anywhere in the world. To get started, all you have to do is go to www.selar.co/showlove, fill in your details, and in less than 5 minutes, you can set up your Show Love page and start accepting tips. It's as easy as ABC. So what are you waiting for? Over 10,000 creators are using Show Love, and you should be one of them.
Top tip is going to be creating quality content consistently. So you just like I get it when people are like, when you're trying to what's it called, advise someone that's coming up as a content creator, the generic thing to do or the easy thing to do is just start. People will know me, I'm not that person. I'm not like, you have to create quality content consistently, because we need to look at the fact that being a content creator or creating videos online has somehow taken over like mainstream television, right? So people don't, I can't remember the last time I sat in front of a TV to watch even Netflix, to be fair, right? I would watch YouTube videos, I would watch anything, right? But I'm not going to stay and watch like news like my father does or anything like that's not me. So you need to create content that can compete with that, right? So it's create quality content. The watchword honestly is quality and consistency. It has to, because again, there are people who have been here before you, and because they have the unfair, maybe not an unfair advantage, but they have the advantage of being at this thing longer than you have, it means that their quality is really, really high there. So you have to do it in such a way where even if it's not there, people can tell that it's coming there, right? So yeah, create quality content consistently. Electricity, internet, I feel like I don't think there's any creator you're going to bring here that's not going to give that same exact response. So electricity for me, because I create food content, I need my lights especially, and you don't have that here. And then, I mean, fuel is expensive, so you have to run generators for long hours. Even when there's electricity, it's not consistent or it's not stable, so you're now having to think of inverter is not cheap, very bad. Internet, the problem is not buying the internet, the problem is that it is very, very, very slow, right? And I don't know, like, I feel like I've just gotten to a point where I'll just give up. Shebi, take your 2 hours to upload, no wahala. I will go and sleep and wake up, because I kind of like I cannot keep on complaining about it. But that's definitely that for me. I feel like there have been different highlights, but let me say first of all, hitting 10K followers was really, really good. I mean, it feels like it was such a long time, but it wasn't. No, it's like last year. But hitting 10K followers was really, really good for me. I remember how that happened, because I was monitoring my follower count, like, okay, 9,000, right? And I remember because I was washing, like I was in the dishes, and my friend just came to me with his phone and is like, I'm not, oh my, like, exactly, because so in my head, I knew I was going to hit 10K followers on that particular day, but I had woken up to, why is it not there yet? Why is it not there yet? And I'm like, okay, you know what? Just go out, like, do your normal stuff, and somehow it's gonna come. And my friend just came when I was doing the dishes. I screamed. I think I even dropped the plate or something. So that was really, really good. hitting 50k followers too, definitely that. But I think it's also not about the followers. I think for me, it's also the people that I now have access to based on being a content creator. Ideally, outside of being a content creator, I don't know how else I would have access to certain people, and I'm very grateful for that. Can you insert a TikTok meme here? You need money, you. Honestly, yes, absolutely. You need money. Again, quality. You need money. Filming gear is not cheap. Cookwares are like, it's not cheap. I can tell you that. But above everything, don't overthink it in terms of everybody's here, everybody's doing the same jollof rice, and everybody's doing the same fried rice. The difference is you are doing the fried rice this time, not Daniel, right? You're going to have your own twist, you're going to have your own tone, and even if you don't, even if it's still the same process of making it, the fact that you were doing it with your own voice, with your own, like in your own kitchen, makes it unique. So do it and don't overthink the, like, I mean, I feel like we just overthink a lot, so don't overthink it. But again, watch word, create quality content consistently, and you're going to grow. Also, one thing I'd also say is, as much as you want to create content, don't put yourself under pressure, because you also need to realize that a lot of the people that you are inspired by have been in this game way before you. I mean, I am literally like maybe 2 years into this game, and a lot of the people that I am inspired by, they've been at this thing for almost a decade. That's a long time. That's a long time. There's like, do you know what can happen in 5 years? Talk more of 10 years. So don't put yourself under that pressure. Also, even when I say, oh, you need money, you again, it still falls under the pressure. When I started content creation, honestly, I had support, right? So I did not just wake up one morning and then start buying gear with my own money or anything. I had support. I had people who do that for me. And I think that it's important that you also recognize that, so that you don't put yourself under undue pressure and be like, oh my God, if Daniel started with a camera, I have to start with the camera. Phones really do really well right now. And I did not start with the camera because I had support. Do you understand? So you have to realize that and not put yourself under pressure. That's what I'll say. So moving to Lagos for me, because I've lived in Lagos all my life, and I had to go to Port Harcourt for school. So after school, I've always known, again, this is very funny, because the first day I got into school, I knew that once, I don't know if you guys have seen that, what's it called, 3 Idiots, where the guy finished school and then that he was leaving school on that very day. That was me. I knew that was always going to be me from the very first day I stepped into my school. And I knew I was going to come back to Lagos. But then I became a content creator along this whole journey, and moving back to Lagos, I was now very worried. Oh my God, am I going to be successful, quote unquote, as a content creator? Am I going to make an impact? Because I mean, there are a lot of creators here, right? So the playing field is, it's like there are a lot of people here. So I was very worried, and I had a lot of back and forth around that. Can I move to Lagos? Am I going to be able to earn a living in Lagos? So that was like a peculiar challenge for me, because it went on for like maybe 2 months, where I was still trying to decide if moving to Lagos was going to be worth it in the end. But I mean, we're not at the end, but like, if you get what I mean, I think that moving to Lagos has also been a really positive thing for me in like my career and stuff. But that period was very challenging, deciding that and getting a house in Lagos. Ghetto, absolute ghetto. I do not recommend it. If your parents live in Lagos, stay in their house. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being part of my creator stories.